But yeah, the way that we're going to get this to work is simply that when this is saying that it's full, so the high threshold has been met, the red signal activates, shuts that down. The low signal saying that it needs more, that needs to shut this off. So if it's reached its high threshold, it can allow liquid through. But if it's trying to build up liquid, then it doesn't allow anything to move. That means that this is going to back up a bit until this fills. It's not an ideal solution, really. By the way, Aavak, to my knowledge, Transformers get first pick of powers. So if you want to priority for power, put it behind a Transformer. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that, actually. You know what? Maybe we should just run and allow some liquid to bleed off. It's not a perfect solution. Certainly not. But it's also not a convoluted solution. And maybe we just need something that works right now. Let's roll with that. First, though, I do need all of this sorted out. Good sir, I salute your effort, but I will refrain from the slow decline of disease and choose the outward pond. God bless the king. All this heat and no conventional ventilation. I'm afraid the Legionnaire's disease will be our downfall in short order. I mean, we're fine. We're fine. It's okay. No problems. So yeah, liquids will come through. If this can't easily supply more liquid into the system, then it's going to back up and flow out, and that's going to be a pain in the bum. But the other thing I could do, actually, there is one thing I could do, and it's a low-tech solution too, is I could restrict how much liquid could try and escape to less than a full packet. That will mean that over time this will fill up faster. Actually, yeah, that would work. That would work. We'll use a regular valve to restrict to like half of a packet, which is 5 kilos instead of 10 kilos, and that will allow it to all fill up. Should work. Now, unfortunately, while all of this is going on, the temperature in this base is rising. What kind of errand is this? Operating. What other jobs are saying... What other operating jobs are that higher priority? These are because they're food. And I agree with that. These shouldn't be. Oh, we have steam. It's not particularly hot. What other jobs are that high of a priority, though? These are all 7s. Huh. What is... The beach share is more important. What? What? I'm going to have a look at operating. Yeah, actually. Okay, yeah. You're the only one who's got it at a high level. Ugh. Shally, from now on, you're also going to help out with that. James KM, you're also going to help out with it. Please work on operating. If you've got nothing else to do, go do that. Yeah, I need some more dupes that are prioritizing that particular type of work, I guess. Okay, fair enough. Is no one going down there, please? I would desperately enjoy it if you would. I would consider it a massive, massive help. It's already melting. Yeah, okay, fair enough. That was super hopeful. Oh yeah, it's like 60 degrees. Okay, fair enough. That was super hopeful that lead would work there. Proper settings. Is this at the end we're seeing? I hope not. And there's plenty of oil around the map, so that shouldn't be a concern. I'm not going to use tungsten. I guess they'll just have to manually load those ones for now. No, not liquid filter. Regular gas valve. Liquid valve. Copper's good. Yep. What are the general... If we look at skills, I'll see their general state of morale. It's pretty bloody high. Given that... The problem is if they want to, they can go on the sunbed, I guess, twice a day. I'm going to drop their hours that they can have recreation. I mean, I have every faith in you, Aavak. You better. Scoundrel. There we go, a little bit more petroleum, but it doesn't last long. What on earth else are you doing? Oh, you're probably eating. Okay, fair enough. You're all going for some food. Alright, I'm not going to tell you off for that one. But we probably need more people with operating as a priority across the different times. That's something I imagine is going to be a big one. Having much higher priorities in general. Right, this should be set up now. I'm going to make that a priority 7, and I want this to be 5 kilos. So we'll let half of it out, but hopefully be getting a lot more back. Yep, errands are already done. Okay, I think it's time for us to hook this up. You ready, chat? There we go. That's a bit better. Let's see more and more and more of that petroleum all flooding in. This is what I like to see. Aavak was quiet for a bit. I nearly fell asleep. Oh, I'm sorry. I appreciate it that you can fall asleep to the sound of my voice and then the sudden end of it. Aavak talking isn't always good for staying awake either, though. Right, we have got a system now that should work. If there's a backlog and I can't push more liquid out here and keep the system running, then it will try to leave the system, even if it's below the temperature, but it can only leave it half as fast as it can enter it. So it should, assuming the system is primed properly, gradually fill up. Let's have a watch of this, shall we? I think it's time. What say you, chat? Are we ready? Are we ready to see this in operation? You feel we're up to it? Alright, we can enable these again. There we go. That is going to drink the power in the system stupid fast, but as soon as it drops below a certain threshold, the coal power turns on. What did we just get? We got totally tubular. Have duplicants travel 10,000 meters in transport? They're doing that just back and forth. 10,000 meters worth of transport. That's so awful. So awful. Problem is, this actually does take a decent chunk of charge. So by having this there, we are now draining a lot. That's probably where a lot of our power problem came from just then. Is we are now draining a lot of power just to have the duplicants move in and out. It's not ideal. No, not at all. We need to... Leaky oil fish over there. We probably need to grab that one as well. Make sure there's plenty of oil flowing in here. That would also give us a little bit more gas as well. Okay. Time, I think, then. Looks like the Dapplings are in favor of testing the system proper. Right now, this petroleum is super chill. It is not going to be super chill for much longer. That is activate the system. And watch the mayhem. There we are. This is going to flow out. It's already gathering temperature. This is now going to start flowing in, which is significantly hotter. Alright, that's gone from like minus 4.3 to 4.1 before it's even reached this section. It is now going to start entering the section. It's now 7. There we go. Now 12. It can't move. Why? Why is it blocked? Huh. Why is that not moving? That should flow the correct direction. Oh. Right, we hadn't connected it up there. My bad. My bad. That is now flowing in the correct way. We are now seeing some of it not able to enter the system, and some of it is trying to leave. Gradually that will fill. It's going back through. System is now backed up. It's not ideal, but the coolers are working hard to keep this cooled. Very hard. It's up to 108 degrees in there. Good. This is now 50 kilos. Above 20 kilos, so this is no longer trying to draw in any more water. Now, this whole system is going to be crazy expensive for us. We do need to hook up more petroleum. But let's have a look at the temperature in general. This area is cooling, of course it is, because, you know, it's very cold around here. Down here, starting to cool a little bit. Certain areas much more so than others. Alright. Now, the next part of this, and a part that I haven't already set up, which was a bit silly of me, really. Would be to allow this to hook into this system. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tell this system to stop filling. This is going to drain, and eventually this system will basically just keep running for a little bit until this is all hot. Then we'll hook up the metal refinery. But while all of that's going on, there's a couple of other vents around. I noticed one earlier. I'm sure of it. I'm sure there was another vent down here somewhere. Oh, there's a oil reservoir down there. And a vent down there. Now, I'm not sure how a leaky oil fisher works, but I'm assuming it just pumps out oil. Why does Aavak and what does Aavak and an anesthetist have in common? They both get paid to put people to sleep. Oh, you. Right, so this is going to pump out oil at 326 degrees. I'm fairly certain that the steel... Yeah, can't even... that can't handle it, but what about... Oh, that's gold amalgam. This is steel, though. What's this overheat temperature? 275. So, yeah, no. How on earth do we deal with that, then? How on earth do we deal with a leaky oil fissure? I mean, it's not pumping much out at that temperature. I guess if you were cooling the room, it would be okay. But you would have to be cooling the room. You would absolutely need to have it hooked up to the cooling loop in some manner or another. I guess I could run it across and then into a little area. I mean, that liquid is going to get stupid hot, but it'll work. So, we would need something like that going on. So, yeah, sure. Let's run this along and up. I'm going to say probably want to cool... You don't want to cool more than we need to. Let's say it's about this tall. And also, we've got to appreciate that the pump is going to need to be able to move this stuff back out as well. Maybe what I could do... I can't go through plutonium, so I'm going to have to step out and move across like this. And basically have this all as granite around here. Like, how tall would a leaky oil fissure be? Are they a certain height? I imagine they must be. I could also fill the room with hydrogen. And once the room is filled with hydrogen, the extra cooling would also help with that. But that would be my guess. Do something like that. Maybe I could even have this to a little branch inside, just to pick up that little bit of extra heat before going back down. The room itself then would be something like this. Make it out of granite on the inside. Something like that. But then we would have insulation around it to avoid any potential high heats leaking out. A manual airlock. I mean, we're cooling the room, so it should be okay. Something like that should be okay. Pump made of steel, so it can handle the temperatures. Then we have a bridge. We're actually going to want those pipes, though, being insulation, because it's going to be nasty temperatures. And then we could run it down and around, because we've got to get it down in there. That's a pain in the bum. I am going to have to bore through some more of the... more of this, unfortunately. That's a pain. That is quite a pain. Well, actually, that is not necessarily what I'm going to have to do. Because I don't need this going back up. I could have this go out and hook it up down there. So I then only need one input. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll move this around. Wow, I'm going to give my dupes a lot of work. They are going to hate me so much. Actually, let's go this way. That'll save me a bit of time. I'm going to have these two set up to use bridges. But that should be alright. Oh, I'm going to give them a lot of bloody work here. They are not going to be best pleased with this. I can tell you that for nothing. That will actually be okay. It's up here that'll be a little bit of potch, but still be okay. Yep. It's going to be a bit of work. They hate you, Aavak. Just show them the airlock. They're welcome to leave anytime they want. No, they're not, damn it. I need them to work. Okay, so this is doing fine. It's just going to continue to pick up heat in this area while cooling it. The wheeze water also going to help. That's never going to bloody empty, though, is it? Little bits of... well, actually, yeah, little tiny bits of... Oh, what? Oh, it's because they're messing around with piping, so it's stalling the system here and there. Little bits here and there are gonna work. This is gonna take a long time. What I could do is I could tell it if the... actually, it's gonna be a lot faster if I do this. If the temperature is below... actually, it's above. It should just dump all of this out into the system now. It'll still do a bit of... Oh, poop. Okay, I'll also change this one then. Remind me, chat, to set that back. Otherwise, that's going to be really awkward. But there we are. Let's empty that system out so I can hook up the metal refinery. Then I can get rid of this one. And I can start setting this up properly. There we go. Right. Hopefully we can get this all done reasonably quickly. How warm is this? Oh my lord, the water! This is my cooling water. It is now hotter than the water coming in. So that's no longer a useful system for me. Yeah, we're gonna have to sort that out. Yep. Yeah, let's not be putting any water in there anymore. There we are. It's all emptied out. Good, good, good. Let's set these back. Right, so we want that to bridge across, and this to empty upwards, but we want to give priority to it so that this can dump its contents and more coolants can be added in. Ah, well done, little auto sweeper. Thank you very much for the work. It is appreciated. Such a good auto sweeper it is. So well behaved. So I've got plenty of plutonium? Petroleum. We haven't got any plutonium. More's a pity, really. Nuclear would be great. However, that's probably going to be in the next update. Oh, man, that's going to be fun times. That'll be amazing times. Beanie, thank you very much for the 500 bits. Ages ago. That I totally missed. Because I'm a trash tier streamer. Trash tier, I tell you. Right. Please break that. Thank you. There we go. It will share its cooling. It'll divide it evenly. And that's probably what I want. I don't want it all to go in here and only the overflow go this way. I feel that would probably be bad for us. That being said, maybe... should we give priority to coolant going into the metal refinery? That would prioritize metal refining rather than cooling the system. In fact, it would add a lot of heat into the system, to be perfectly honest. To demonstrate how we'd do it, I'll go ahead and set that up, but I don't necessarily think it's a wise move. You're definitely a 6. You are not life support. You are not power. You're not food. I can wait for metal. Cannot wait for most other things. I really cannot wait for you to be working again. Oh my lord, my power problems will go away then. Making some good progress over here though. Very impressed. Really, really impressed. Dupes, well done you. Oh, wait. That's just going to break it, isn't it? Yeah, no, it's going to break it. Let's build that ladder then. Not that there's much point in it, really. Kind of also want these done. Like now. If I'm honest. There we are. Now we're no longer soaking our... I can't believe it. We were soaking our coolant in 60-degree water. I mean, some of it's coming from all of that, but I had no idea that this pool had gotten that hot. I should have been checking in on it. Oh, there's some petroleum down there as well. That's a bit of a shame. Let's mop that up. Thank you. But yeah, the way this works, liquid comes out here, gives priority to filling the metal refiner. If it can't go in there, it tries to go up here. But the metal refiner has priority to dump its liquid back into the system. How's everything going over here? There we are. All of the petroleum is a nice low temperature once again. Right, let's turn this back on and allow all of this back out. Temperature in here will stay as hot as it needs to be. It's just the way it goes. Now, the only thing up here, and this is important, is that I'm not actually cooling this. I should be. I designed the system around that idea. This needs to be actively cooled, because once this starts generating heat, it'll just break. It does need an active coolant. Unfortunately. And I completely forgotten about that. So thankfully, I remembered in time. Why am I making that out of igneous rock? I'm making that out... No. No. We need this to be granite so that it sheds its heat a little bit faster. So, granite it is. Tonk, tonk. Also want this one to be granite. Want this one to be broken. All of that to be broken, actually. Cancel that. I'm going to need this to be... Right. Let's give a nice high priority to this being done. Because I do rather need the coolant ready, because this is going to start hitting its steam threshold soon. Oak, thank you very much for the resubscription there. 31 months. And Sweet Orange Bunny, thank you very much for the cheer as well. Also, I'm feeling tired, so have some bits. I scribbled earlier. Oh, diolch yn fawr. I do like your little scribbled bit there. Now, before that's hooked up, I actually want this to be radiant. I wanted to drag the heat out of this system wherever possible. Now, right now, it's only the runoff. It's not the best system, certainly. Perhaps instead I should have this doing the run. I don't know. This is a temporary system. I'm hooking it up in a very hodgepodge way. Instead of there being a runoff, I feel that perhaps I need to have this as a pulling off this system. So it, see, I don't necessarily want the loop to go that way. Right now the loop works like that, but no, let's not build a system that we know is going to not work. Let's instead put the time in to do it right. I'm going to have to break this. Yeah, I'm going to have that system back in, unfortunately. That was a bit premature for me to pull that apart, but oh well. What I'll be doing is I'll have this feed up into that first, and then it can take whatever's left of that heat. This should be cooled down first because it's integral to the operation of the cooling system. If that can't work right, then we've got a big problem. And we've got another big problem in power.